simply race in Milton Keynes for the WTF1 Virtual GP. So this is the WTF1 Virtual GP. If you are confused as to what's going on, then make sure you check out episode 1. But in short, we entered a team into a 4-hour endurance sim race around Interlagos in Brazil in GTE cars. On our team, we had the likes of James Baldwin, Ollie Davies, Joe Wilkes Aeterno, Tom Martinez, and Niran Yusufu FNG. And of course, unfortunately for the team, myself. You join us just after practice, which didn't necessarily go to plan. So we've just done practice. It started off really badly. I made a lot of errors, a few crashes straight away. And then I started getting into a rhythm, started feeling the wheel. It's obviously different to what I've been using in the sim back at the office. But yeah, it's going really well. I managed to set a 131.5, which is about a second off of... I managed to set a 131.5, which was about a second off of James's time, which in all fairness is pretty decent. I'm definitely up there around like the likes of Joe, Tom, Ollie, Niran is way off the pace, but we expect that anyway, so hopefully we can go into it and put in a pretty good show.
You know what, I'm more confident than I was before practice. 5 of us are actually competent. Niran's looking alright, he's looking better than expected, and then the other 5 of us putting in some half-decent laps, so I'm quietly confident. We're going under the radar, so it should be alright.
Next up was qualifying, and so we sent out our fastest man in the form of James Baldwin to put us in the best possible position ahead of the race.
That was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you happy?
I'm very happy with that. I feel like you could have gone faster because you said...
Yes, final lap.
Yeah.
I thought like qualifying in F1, you finished the lap you're on, but no. I was actually 3 tenths up, but yeah.
We are starting third.
Yes.
Third, Joe Aeterno Wilkes.
Just in front of WTF1.
Just in front of WTF1, but yes, we've got Prestige and...
Inuvu Racing.
Inui, who are just ahead of us. But Joe's taking over first. He's at the wheel first, and we've got Tom 97 HD. Then it's myself. Then it's you. Then it's Ollie D, and then it's FNG. So he is pulling it in at the end, and he is the worst one of the lot. So
basically, we need like a 40-second gap.
We need to pray that we can
maintain that win if they're in last.
But no, qualifying done. Yeah, P3. So let's go win this thing. Okay, so on to the race. It was 4 hours long, so we tried to get through things as quickly as possible. There was carnage literally immediately, with James ever so slightly causing a crash that would go on to include most of the field. Fortunately, however, Matt Gallagher of WTF1 pointed our car back in the right direction. And on our merry way we went in P3, just behind WTF1 and Prestige. Oh, and just a quick side note, the Prestige team consisted of several real-life racing drivers, including Aston Martin WEC driver Ross Gunn, just for some context as to who we were up against. Anyway, back to the race. James settled in and began closing in on the lead, quickly dispatching of the WTF1 car. Not long later, and he had passed the Prestige team for the lead and was building a gap. By the end of his stint, he'd built a nice cushion, which was immediately lost when he missed his pit box and had to faff around getting his car in the right place. Enter Ollie Davies, whose first and really only impact on the race was running wide and losing the lead to the WTF1 car, driven by F1 Esports driver Graham Carroll. Joe was up next and immediately under attack from the Prestige car.
I come out of the pit lane, and that purple car you see at the back of the shot is the Prestige car. We are literally neck and neck as we go into my very first corner of the Grand Prix. And I don't want to look here, as the Prestige car absolutely dived me down the inside, and I go spinning in my very first corner. I was just completely losing my head at this point. I was throwing all sorts of gestures at the screen, and I spun round and somehow managed to still hold P2. Fortunately, there was no damage to the car, which was quite nice. But yeah, we maintained a 2-second gap. But as you can imagine, I was very flustered at this point. Oh, you thought I was done there. So imagine this. 1 lap later, I'm driving along. I've got the Prestige car back on my tail. And it just makes an audacious move down the inside at a location which just isn't an overtaking point. And for the second time in as many laps, I went careering off the circuit. So the Prestige car, rightly so, went off the track. They got a drive-through for that, by the way. And then I just couldn't find the track, so I got back onto it initially. And then I was thinking, you know, where's the track? I eventually get back on, but the game gave me a stop-go penalty because I cut the track. despite being absolutely blown up. So that was very disappointing.
Tom got in the car, and oh boy, did he have a fun stint. After catching up to the WTF1 car with some really great laps, to be fair to him, he then missed his braking point going into turn 1 and managed to pick up another drive-through penalty for corner cutting. In a cruel twist of fate, he then sped into the pit lane and picked up a second stop-go while serving the first. I was next in the car, and to be completely honest, nothing really happened. There was an incident, however, going round the outside of turn 3 on another competitor. They decided to not really give me enough room, squeezing me out wide and putting me into the wall. But apart from that, I put in some really solid laps and got the job done. Pushed us up back into 3rd position, going into the final 22 minutes with one driver to go. Oh no. Niren, FIFA YouTuber FNG, jumped in the car with one goal and one goal only. Don't lose the 15 seconds to P4 over the course of the 22 minutes. I mean, it sounds easy, right?
So there's about 11/10.5 minutes to go. Niren is, what's that, 1.4 ahead?
Yep, that is
We've
true.
run the numbers and it's not going to happen. So
It's over for us.
We need Niren to park the bus a la FIFA style. That's what we're hoping for here. So
And he's off.
And he's off the track. Oh no. Come on, Niren. Come on, team.
Yes, Niren. Shut the door at him. Shut the door. Pretend like it's Track to Glory all over again. Shut the door.
Park it on the inside. Every corner. He's going to get it on the inside.
Oh my god.
Here we go. It's a drag race onto the start finish line. Who's going to be burning on the brakes?
Dive into the inside. Dive. Take him out. Come on.
No contact there. WTF1 did take a shortcut. That's not going to go down well with the stewards there. I'm sure
That was brilliant. You can do it. You got it back. Look, at least we're the most entertaining team here.
Well, as you may have guessed, Niren's general lack of ever even using a steering wheel before turned out to be a bit of a weakness for the team. And as a result, with less than 10 minutes to go, lost the final spot on the podium, resigning the Veloce team to P4. Congratulations to the Prestige team. They took the win after a brilliant fight with the WTF1 car, driven by our very own Benjamin Daly. Bit of a traitor. And GPVWC took the final spot on the podium. That is it for the WTF1 Virtual GP. In the end, we managed to get P4, which, to be fair for us, was actually a pretty decent result. You never touching a steering wheel before in your life.
Exactly.
P4 helping us that very much.
Yeah, we will ignore the fact that we were a position higher until my stint, but it's calm.
We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah, it's all
okay,
good,
so I think we've all done a pretty good job. Unfortunately, Ollie isn't here. He's already gone, but Ollie D as well did a really good job for us. But that's all of it for this event. I've been Hayden, we've been Veloce Esports, and we'll see you next time.
Ara, there's a Veloce team here, why aren't you in it?
It's because Matt signed me up to their team before Veloce. So screw you, Derek. To be fair, you can have it.